What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Friday edition of the Ysn Power Hour. DJ Oakley here, Alex in the middle inside the G. Burby Farms studios. We got the coach on the far side and Ty, Big Game Bartell below us. And right next to him, it's EB waiting on Billy Mack. He's running a couple minutes late. That's all right. But today, boys, it is Free Ball Friday. So one thing I want to do is, if you have an idea, you're watching right now, and you want us to talk about something in the world of sports, or just, I guess, in general, just throw in a hashtag Free Ball Friday into the chat, and we will hit you up for what you want us to talk about. So it's hashtag Free Ball Friday to get your topic discussed here on this. I was going to say beautiful Friday, but not so much. Not so much. In fact, let's get right to the games that we have at hand, and there's only one. We're down to a single game at hand. It is going to be Boardman versus at Fitch. Anthony will have coverage of that game. Everything else is a wash. Not good. We've had, 3 rainouts basically this week?
Yep.
So that's a little bit frustrating. I mean, even some of these teams with turf are having issues because it's just not relenting. The weather just continues to pep. Oh my gosh! What are you two doing?
Hanging out, man. Living life.
Where are you?
We are at Topgolf right now.
Oh, taking it on the road. I see how it is.
We're building the brand. We're trying to take YSN everywhere.
I like it. Also to play a little Topgolf.
I like how you guys are sharing the earbuds.
Well, it's quite loud in here, so we're doing you guys a favor.
That works. We appreciate it. All right, let's talk about the National Day at hand. Best one we got, National School Lunch Hero Day. That being said, what was your go-to lunch, your favorite lunch in high school, and why? Alec, we'll start with you.
Well, my favorite lunch that we had at school was probably it was a popcorn chicken bowl where there was like this big old bowl of mashed potatoes, really gross gravy, but I loved it. Corn, cheese, and like little popcorn chicken balls. And it was just all this gross stuff put together, and it was fantastic. I loved it.
All right, we'll go with that. Let's go right to Ty, Big Game Bartell. Go-to lunch for you, sir.
I mean, it's easy, and it's probably going to be the answer for a lot of people. It's always the pizza, whether you get the triangle ones or the square ones. And we got kind of stuck with the square ones. I remember getting a normal pizza a lot when I was younger, but as I got older and then through high school, it was always the square pizza with like the wheat crust and everything to kind of make pizza as healthy as you can, which is a damn shame in my mind. But it was definitely one of the best things that we had during high school.
That was like that was something from the White House. They tried to make school lunches a little bit better. I think that was Michelle Obama, if I'm not mistaken. So you can blame her. EB, best lunch for you. I'm
kind of curious, like, who had triangle pizzas? I thought they were always square.
Fancy.
Yeah, like that's wild. Well, since Ty took the pizza, my second favorite day was probably Taco Tuesday, which is still probably one of my favorite days overall. But, I mean, the lunch meat was probably just a higher grade dog food. You throw in some cheese that would never melt, and the hot sauce wasn't that hot. It was just more like tomato paste with some seasonings that was flavored. But it got the job. It got the job done. So I'm gonna go Taco Tuesday.
I can appreciate that one, Coach. How about you?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with pizza day too, but I'm going to go a little more specific on my pizza day. And everybody kind of looked at me like I had 3 heads when I said this earlier, but we had this fiestada pizza that was just fantastic. It was like a Mexican pizza, basically. It had taco meat, seasoned ground beef with cheese, and I was the guy that always brought my own hot sauce for that day because you can't go wrong with hot sauce.
I love how me and EB each posed a different thing, and then Coach just kind of combined them together for his.
Right, squish it together.
I'm so mad because Coach stole mine.
You had that too?
Yes.
So did I.
He actually stole. That was exactly what I was going to say. It's almost like an octagon, and yeah, and it was just awesome. It was great. It was the best thing on the menu all the time.
Columbiana County must have not got that privilege because I don't remember seeing like a Fiesta or Fiata or whatever the hell Coach just said. Frodo Baggins type pizza.
Think of it like a taco on a pizza, basically.
I didn't think there would be more than just Coach that would have had something like that. I thought that was just a Sebring specific thing.
Nope. New Falls as well.
Wow, Quinn, you come from Canfield. Was it what kind of garnishes did you have on your?
Yeah, we had fillet Wednesdays. No, nacho day. That was by far the best, and it still goes today. My sister sent it out yesterday. Sent it to me, rubbing it in. But nacho day, best day ever.
What did you
And
have?
they had a cheese fountain there as well.
16 different cheeses.
Sprinkled with gold flakes. Salt Bay over there.
Quinn's butler is allowed to come in that day and sprinkle the lettuce and tomato onto his nachos. Quinn, what did you have on the nachos in high school? Just
nacho cheese and the low grade, worse than Taco Bell taco meat.
Okay.
That was it. That chips and nacho cheese. A lot of cheese.
Very interesting. Mine, I'll get in trouble for this, but I think, again, the statute of limitations has well been moved on. But, I was always what we call a buyer, right? So you're a buyer for lunch or you're a packer. So I was always a buyer. You get $2. And essentially, I would look at the lunch line and say, I don't like what I'm seeing over there, and go right over to the snack line. And it was slush puppy, a large pretzel with the cheese in it, like they do at Sheetz, and then what we call in East Palestine a protein cookie, which is essentially a no-bake that is cut into a square. So minutes before, we were talking about this in the pre-show, and I texted my wife and I said, hey, can you make some no-bakes? Because it's been a minute since I had a protein cookie. So she goes, sure, when do you need them and for what? And I said, well, they're for us. Oh, okay. So you'll get them when you get them. That's code in marriage.
Did East Palestine, Columbiana had these, and I don't know if it was a school staple, but it was like peanut butter and then just like a layer of chocolate on top of it. It was probably diabetes cut into a 2-inch square, but it was freaking phenomenal.
I remember those. Yeah, but ours were, you know what the no-bakes are, but they made them in giant sheets, and they would just cut them into squares.
Yeah.
And we call them protein cookies. I don't know why they call them protein cookies, but if you're in Palestine and you say protein cookie, everybody knows exactly what you're talking about. There's no such thing as a no-bake. What is that?
It's not a pizza.
Yep.
That zero interest.
That's what I was about to say. That doesn't look.
Oh, they're so good.
They're so good. So good. In fact, I'm going to try to recreate that at some point this week. Next week. Now I'm just going to recreate it. I think
Amo's on the train. We didn't call them protein cookies. I don't even know what the hell they were called, but they were freaking awesome. And I would sit there and live on those things.
They got expensive though. Lunches got expensive since we've been in school. Like, remember the chocolate milks that you used to get, the little ones that you start chugging them, and then how many you can do it. Like now they're like $1. It's ridiculous.
In my day, those were a quarter.
I think they were 30 cents. Yeah, I'm not with it. EB says West Branch had those. EB, you could trade those for anything. Interesting. We talked about the trades before with the hostess. We've never went down the school lunch route. It is Free Ball Friday here on this Friday on the YSN Power Hour. Welcome in. A lot of games canceled. Anthony with the only one left with Boardman and Fitch, which should be a really, really good game. Chris Sigler saying peanut butter squares is what they're called.
That's what we call them.
I mean, that seems like the logical thing, but apparently I don't live in a logical world, so.
No, I don't either. I'm with you. I don't, like, if you call it, say, peanut butter squares, I'm thinking of the no-bakes, but more peanut butter than chocolate. We do have something to talk about, some breaking news coming out of Ursuline. Bernard Scott named the new girls hoop coach at UHS. Congratulations, Coach Scott. Camel he was at the last year, and then moved on to Ursuline. So congratulations to Ursuline. Congratulations to Coach Scott. I think he's going to fit in well there. I think he's going to be a good spot, a good landing destination for him. Everybody knows that he's a great basketball coach, a lot of experience under his belt. EB, you know him, right? I know Quinn does too.
I mean, I know him a little bit. We've talked and we'll talk in passing, but I'm not like we're not having conversations like we're not calling each other up and just shooting
The breeze.
the breeze would be yes that shooting the breeze. I mean we've talked just in passing. When he's doing some workouts or he has some stuff going on over in Salem. He does a lot of training with various other athletes around here. I mean, it's a good hire for him. It's like you said, he's knowledgeable. He has a great pedigree and background of what he brings to the table, not only on the high school side because he has a little bit heavier of a college background, but for Urslan, that's a good fit for him. And if I am correct, I believe we get to coach his daughter.
Oh, okay. Quinn, what's your 2 cents on this one?
Yeah, it's a great hire. His daughter is a sophomore. She was a freshman this past year at Urslan. She played pretty well. I don't know him all that well either. Just like through AAU and stuff like that, I've seen him, and like Eric said, through training and all that stuff, I've gotten to meet him and talk to him. But I got to meet him first through Steve, and you know how that goes. But yeah, it's a great hire. I mean, he's a great coach. He's got the college experience at the Division I level. I mean, he's been at YSU, so he knows the area. And last year he was at Camel, so he's back in the area, and it's great for Urslan. I'm excited.
Love hearing that. Billy Mack, you're you guy, right? You always throw it up. Are you excited about this hire?
Yeah, and really the only thing I could say is keep the tradition going and keep it rocking, and welcome to the family.
Love it. Well, congratulations once again, Coach Scott, and congratulations, Urslan, on a nice hire and nice fit. We're excited to see what happens at Urslan. Again, Free Ball Friday, lots to talk about. Nobody engaging in conversation. Use hashtag Free Ball Friday. Hashtag Free Ball Friday. We'll pick on you. Well, actually, we have the tool, the drawing tool. So we'll go in random order, pick you, and you get to tell us what we're going to talk about in particular that day. The only thing we are not allowed to talk about is, number one, the OHSAA and the stuff that we've already talked about this week, and the shot clock thing. We have beaten that to death this week. We'll save anything else for next week. Ty, talk about you're one of the only guys we haven't talked about the draft with. How did you feel the draft went? Who were the biggest winners and losers in the NFL draft?
I mean, looking at what the draft, I mean, I don't usually pay too much attention to the draft picks because you never really know outside of like the first couple of rounds that those later rounds are going to pan out. So I don't really like the later rounds are kind of a roll of the dice. I do like the idea that the Patriots got Chris Barmore in the second round. I really like it. We've always been big with defensive tackles up the middle, and we were kind of missing that last year. And to get a new, young, fresh face there is going to be really nice. Mac Jones is definitely one that a lot of people have asked me about, and I truly think, I mean, what everyone else says too, I thought he's going to probably most likely be the bust. But I do think the Patriots organization is probably one of very, very few organizations where there's a possibility of him having success in, just because you have Bill Belichick there. And Bill Belichick, I mean, granted, it was Brady that helped out a lot too, but I mean, he also helped. Those two went hand in hand. And I feel like Belichick, with the signings we got of Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, even though Cam Newton's going to be penciled in as a starter, I feel like Belichick's slowly trying to build a team around Mac Jones to make him successful for the future. And we'll see if he actually pans out or not. I think it was probably a smart pick. We needed another quarterback because Cam Newton's obviously not the future. It was just weird seeing the Patriots draft a quarterback in the first round, and that's not something we're very used to seeing. So I'm curious to see if this kid pans out and what Belichick saw in him to use a first-round pick on him.
Who won the draft?
It's, for me, two teams stuck out for me. Miami stuck out because I think they added a lot of key pieces defensively, offensively. I think they did really well there. And I texted Billy Mack this too. I think the Browns have to be in the conversation for having a good draft, and that's just getting JOK from Notre Dame in the second round. And I know he had that heart thing, but him dropping to the second round, I liked him. I thought he was a dynamic linebacker. I kind of wish the Patriots would have drafted him, even though he's kind of not the style of Patriots linebackers of the past. I did like him. I think he was a good pick. I think getting Newsome too in the first round was a good pick. I think the Browns did exactly what they needed to do and drafted a need that they had, and they really improved on that. And then you look at other teams too. Steelers, I'm kind of curious to see too, because Najee Harris is an interesting first round pick, and I want to see how Najee Harris is going to pan out. Seeing the kind of success James Conner had with the Steelers, I want to say that Najee Harris is going to be able to do better than that, because I think Najee Harris is more athletic. It's just the line. You have some holes in that line now. Villanueva's gone. You got Pouncey gone. You're going to bring some new guys in there now. How are you going to piece that out?
We had holes to begin with. Villanueva and Pouncey were the two main ones. They were Swiss cheese. That being said, Alec, how did you like the draft?
I thought the draft, it was very interesting this year for sure. The Steelers, at first I liked it because we got Najee. Najee's my guy. I like Najee a lot. I wanted him to be a Steeler since I saw him run all over Clemson and Ohio State. But
chill.
I'm a Michigan fan. Sorry, I gotta.
Oh boy.
I know. I'm sorry. I have to a little bit.
Wow.
You can't sit there and say we saw someone run all over Ohio State when you haven't been able to stop anything.
I have to take my wins when I can. All right.
So you're a Pittsburgh.
You can't even say D1AA at that.
I can't
DJ's just sitting back enjoying this. This is
one at a time, or I'm going to keep going. But yeah, I really like the Steelers draft a lot. The more I've looked into the players that we got, the more that I really, really like our draft a lot. I like the kid out of Illinois, Kendrick Green, I think is his name. Really, really like him taking over the center role. Really like Pat Freiermuth. And you guys are all trash on our punter pick, but he's a stud. He's got to be great.
He's a stud.
Anybody?
He's the size of a bull.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be an extra blocker when we need him.
Listen, if you had a punter that was 240, Matt, you would love him.
My punter was damn near 240 last year.
Well, there you go. Don't throw stones.
Another pick I liked, and I kind of thought they were going to go for it anyway, and I kind of thought it was a no-brainer. It was just the first round, though. Jamar Chase to the Bengals. I absolutely love getting Jamar Chase and Burrow back together.
I think for me, I think it's Sermon going to the 49ers is a huge deal because of their run-oriented offense, how he kind of sparked into that second half role with the Buckeyes. It's going to be interesting to see if he can overtake those guys or if they continue to kind of use the 3 system out there in San Francisco. Yeah, I mean, Chris, you're kind of on to something, Alec.
I mean, the Trey Sermon pick is kind of a no-lose situation, though, because the 49ers drafted him in the 4th round, correct?
Third.
Yeah. And, I mean, if this guy doesn't get injured, do you think he's second, first-round talent then? Do you think he gets drafted second, first round if he doesn't get injured? So, I mean, you're using a 4th-round pick for the possibility of getting this guy. If he's anything like he was in college, he's going to be pretty dynamic.
I think if he was – If the Big Ten played a full schedule, I think he's a top second round. He's in that second round somewhere.
So 49ers, they're going to be dangerous.
I think the other thing with Trey Sermon is, we talk about running backs and we talk about how much tread's left on the tires. He's a guy that has a ton of tread left on those tires because he hasn't played a significant amount of time in college, but when he has, he's really sharp.
Right.
Yeah, he's going to be a really good change of pace back in Sanford there because as Paige said, they're never going to do a one running back system there. So
he's set up for
as
success.
A change of pace back, he's going to be really good there.
He's set up for success with Juszczyk. I think I'm on a delay, so I'm sorry.
You are on a delay.
People.
It's freaking me out.
Yeah.
So I just think they're set up for success. When you have Juszczyk and you have Kittle as extra blockers on top of the line that they already have, which is already a solid line. I mean, it's set up for running backs to have success in San Fran, and I think that's what you're just going to see Trey Sermon have.
I think the more interesting point out of all of that was the fact that Alec just got literally everybody to hate him. Literally just figured out a way to get everybody to hate him.
Alec, I hate your stinking guts. It's okay.
I've taken hoodies off before getting on here, so I wouldn't get it this soon. But I couldn't hide from it. As I hate them just as much as you do, I promise. But they're my team.
Michigan?
Yeah.
You hate them, but they're your team?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
don't like Harbaugh at all. I hate a lot of things they do. But.
I'll push the car across the border to avoid paying taxes in the state.
Can anybody hear him?
Nope.
Okay.
Damn it, because I had a really good thing to say too.
All right. Well, we got that part.
Oh,
That
I
part
said
came in cool.
I will push my car across the state line, Woody Hayes style, because I don't want to even pay taxes in that state.
Oh boy. You would not, by the way. You would drive a scooter if you had to, but you would never push a car across the state. Interesting. EB, Cowboys fan, your draft. I thought it went well.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we had a good draft. We got what we really needed. Like kind of went as expected. We loaded up on defense, which, I mean, you could give us 14 draft picks and we should take all defense because ours is atrocious. And it got a couple offensive linemen, which I think I saw that coming because you saw last year. When we were missing some people who dude, I think like Andy Dalton had like 1.2 seconds to throw sometimes. Yeah. It was terrible. And so they just needed to reload because those guys, as great as that line has been for the past 10 years, they're all getting up there. So,
yeah.
I mean, they're all in their early to mid 30s. So, they're coming, or if not, they're right around 30. So they're coming on the back half of their prime. And I like their inside linebacker, who was a Parsons pickup. And then, overall, this is probably one of the better drafts that I can remember that Jerry or Steven or one of the Joneses put together. Generally, last year they went after CeeDee Lamb, even though they didn't really need him. I think that'll shake out okay. But they went after needs opposed to just wants, and that's always the thing with the Cowboys. Like sometimes Jerry's ego can't get out of his own way that he just screws everything up.
Respect
Wants
on
the
that.
shiny toy.
Yeah, always, right? He's always after the shiny toy and willing to pay for it, so that gets him into even more trouble.
Although I see they are the richest organization again, worth $5 billion.
Mac, what are you pointing at Quinn for? Okay.
He looks like he's sleeping.
I'm awake. I'm right here.
Shocker. All right, let's get to the Browns fans and get this over with. Guys, everybody is saying you had one of the best drafts in the entire 2021 drafts class. You like what you see? Are there points where you thought they could have been stronger? Or is this legit? Or have the Browns changed their ways? Matt, start with you.
I think that Andrew Berry showed the NFL that he's thinking about the game on a different level than the old school traditional football guys. And what I mean by that is they drafted players that are extremely versatile and can basically be impact players in today's game in multiple different ways. So you think of like JOK being able to play linebacker, but being able to cover some of these wide receiver tight ends, pass catchers, just the versatility is what really blew me away. And I like to see it because as a football coach, those are the kind of guys I'd like to coach.
How about Paige throwing down? I'll take action on this, Paige, if you want it. I'll see you in SoFi in February. I'll take action on that. Hands down.
Throw down a
Anybody else feel the same
$50
way?
bet, Mage.
50 Skittles.
Yeah, 50 Skittles. I'm happy
50
to put down 50 Skittles. All
I think,
right, too.
I think the only issue I have with the Browns is that they didn't take a quarterback in the first round because Baker stinks.
Baker's a franchise quarterback, man. Baker's
There he is trying to play his part again. that's the bad guy.
Here comes the Bond villain.
I mean, Baker is trash. He's just terrible. Okay,
Like you're 2 steps away from saying I love gold.
I think
Hold
the
on,
Browns
aren't
did
you
pretty
in
well,
Cleveland
though.
right now? Aren't you up in Independence?
Nope, we are in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, by God, Pennsylvania, baby. I love it.
I was
There's
gonna
a-
say
There's a lot
I
of
would-
trash
I would-
on the street.
I was gonna say 100 Skittles says you don't scream at the top of your lungs that Baker stinks, but you're in Pittsburgh, so everyone's going to love it.
I dare you to yell Roethlisberger sucks.
He does.
Oh,
suck.
he'll do that in a heartbeat.
Come on.
Come on, there it is.
Well, Roethlisberger does suck. He's trash. I mean, we all know it.
Scream it.
Big Ben is terrible.
Oh, now he's talking louder, so he sees if he can get some
But
reaction.
he's behind a curtain, like some kind of puppet.
Well,
We're in the corner.
we're in the corner.
Oh,
So there's this sun.
oh.
So
Scream it.
Scream it and turn the camera around. I want to see the people.
I can tell you, nobody's going to look.
nobody cares.
With where
here.
we're at,
Everybody's like
nobody's
85 years old here today.
We'll say Bradshaw sucks then.
I'm not going to do that because then they might actually fight me.
Just say Jerome Pettis was the worst.
Now you better watch your mouth.
Start going down the line. Mean Joe Green, awful. Get everyone to hate you right now.
But you know what? The thing, and DJ kind of said this a while back ago, is how is Browns fans going to react to a quote unquote boring draft? And I think it was nice for me. We didn't have that anticipation of like moving up and trying to get X and then moving down and going back. It's like we just did what we needed to do, and I think that was a good start to stabilizing our franchise. We're not in panic mode right now. We're just trying to get the best players available. And I think for the most part we got a pretty good value. Did we get the best value at each pick? I don't know. That's for somebody else to decide. But I think we did a really good job of getting a pretty good value out of every pick we made.
Are you at all concerned with JOK's heart condition?
I'm more concerned the fact that he came from Notre Dame than I am about his heart condition. Because Notre Dame players traditionally flop and they stink.
We got a little bit of a skirmish in the chat box between Paige and Moser right now. They're fighting about who's watched the more Indians games.
Get him, Amo.
I've watched 0 Indians games this year.
I've missed probably about the same as Paige, 2 to 3. I'm all in on them this year because everyone's doubting them, and I want them to prove everybody wrong so bad.
I think that if the Indians make a run, Billy's going to jump back on that bandwagon faster than anything we've ever seen before.
Promise
I'll be
you
there at the door to push you the hell off, Billy.
But if they're in the World Series, I will root for them unless they're against. Yeah, I'll root for them if they're in the World Series. Other than that, no.
What if they're against San Diego?
Then I'm on the Padres bandwagon. I've tried to tell you this. I am a Padre this whole entire year.
It's like he signed a lease. Just like he did when Baker was playing lights out.
I have never been on Baker's. I've never.
You were on the Baker bandwagon.
You put me in a spot where I had to defend him. That was the difference.
You were on
You
board.
made me defend him in a way like you, because I'm going to take Baker over Big Ben all day, every day, 1,000%.
I asked you, is Baker legit? And you said yes.
I lied. Deal with it, Paige.
See, there we go. I love gold.
He broke his kayfabe for a second. He has to get regain it again.
The bad guy. The bad guy.
If he was so good, they would have signed him this year and made a big deal. They haven't. So deal with that.
If he was that good, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely not the fact that the Browns currently have negative $8 million in cap space. That's not they didn't seem to be a big deal.
Oh, they haven't made an offer to him yet to sign him for the next 10 years.
Can we just talk about this for a minute? If Baker leaves Cleveland next year, 2 years from now, whatever it is, right? The Browns go back to square one, straight up. Yeah. Straight up. And you become the most miserable individual, Billy, because you'll be like, we got rid of Baker. What are we doing? No. I am the game. Like, that's what you do.
That was awesome.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
If the Browns got rid of Baker Mayfield right now and got nothing in return, Billy would go crazy.
Oh, he would sit there. Just a Cleveland Browns way. You know, you finally get a quarterback, and I know I said he sinks the whole time, but then you just trade him away and don't get anything.
I think we should trade him for Aaron Rodgers.
Right? You've seen him. If they just got rid of him, straight up, no strings attached, Billy would absolutely come in the next day and be like, I'm a 49ers fan. I've always liked Trey Lance. Trey Lance is my guy. 49ers, my team.
Oh, Kate would not approve of that at all. There's zero chance that would happen. Billy, are you playing the bad guy or are you being real?
I am not a fan of Baker. This is not a secret.
No, I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers for Baker Mayfield.
Listen, if we're trying to win a Super Bowl this year, I would take Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Billy Bethesda, everyone.
You are on
You
the
would have to
Bethesda
pick-
train right now.
I'm not. Listen, all I'm saying is there anybody in this room right now that will say like Aaron Rodgers is not better than Baker Mayfield?
I'm not
Anybody-
saying it's not better than Baker
Okay,
Mayfield.
so then if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, the quarterback position is the most important.
Your window of success goes from this to this when you trade for Aaron Rodgers because you don't get as many years of production easily.
Yes.
You don't mute me again. Don't ever mute me again. Don't ever mute me
Did
again.
you see the look on his face?
Mute him.
Don't ever mute me again. Don't do that.
Come on, Ron, say stuff.
All we care about is winning the Super Bowl. The Browns have never even been to the game, and Aaron Rodgers would put us into an actual dogfight to be there. Baker will not do that this year. It will come from a cast of our entire crew. It will take defense. It'll take running game. It'll take other things. Putting Aaron Rodgers on our team, that makes us a legit Super Bowl contender.
Let me
And if
just
Aaron Rodgers gets injured, it's a wasted trade.
let me
So if
just
Baker
break,
gets hurt, what happens? Case
Let me
Keenum's
break this down
Like, come
for
on,
you.
if somebody gets hurt, get out of here. That bullshit.
you know what you get when you get
Baker
Aaron
gets hurt,
Rodgers?
you have him for the next 5-10 years.
You're the Pittsburgh Steelers if you get Aaron Rodgers because you got to throw the ball 40 times a game to make him happy. The Browns aren't supposed to be throwing the ball 40 times a game. They're supposed to be running the football. That's what the Browns do. You want problems? Go get Aaron Rodgers. I would love to play Aaron Rodgers twice a year. Love to because it's like again, the Spider-Man meme, the Steelers and the Browns looking at each other in the mirror. You got two old guys that like to throw the football. Boom. Dunzo. Billy is a 49ers fan. He and my dad were talking about a ton of the older players the other day. Uh-oh.
I can enjoy and appreciate the 49ers and their history. That's basically all I'm going to say about that.
I think that's fair.
How would Rodgers do that? He's 1-4 in the NFC Championship. That's a good point.
He chokes every year.
Yeah, and how many good defensive teams has he had? One, and he went to the Super Bowl with that team.
I mean, I don't know.
How many first round talent has he gotten for offense? How about that? We all know the answer to that.
His backup. That's it.
Yeah.
But his offense has never been the issue.
No, because he's
got one of
on
the
that
best
offense
receivers in the game. I don't want to hear about his offensive
that he
weapons he
created,
doesn't have.
and he created them.
Okay, well, there's a lot of quarterbacks that create a lot of good receivers.
Not in Cleveland. Not in Cleveland.
Well, you got to have a good quarterback. You have a good quarterback.
We do not have a good quarterback. No, sir. No, sir.
This is a Steelers fan trying to praise the Browns. This is what happens. This is what happens when we try to give love to Cleveland.
Don't do it. Fool's
Unbelievable.
gold. Fool's gold.
We got people pissed off at Alec already.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Between you and McNuggies, I think you probably just took the banner off of McNuggies.
Yeah, someone commented that earlier.
You're-
Who it was. I don't remember who it was.
Listen, I'm here to help McNuggies. So if I can relieve him of the hatred, then I'm here for it.
You're on the McNuggies train again. He's muted.
We finally had this. Don't ever do that
You
again.
did it. You did yourself. I'm over here.
We finally had a discussion. He admitted he was wrong, and that I am the knower of all things, and he was wrong. So we're good.
I was there for that discussion. I don't remember that second part.
I don't know
Anyway,
why you must have walked away or something. I don't know.
I sat here the entire time. Update from Eastwood Field. The YSU baseball Penguins up 5-0 on Purdue Fort Wayne. So a good start to a doubleheader for Danny Bertolini and the boys. So hopefully that continues throughout the day. I am going on up to Eastwood Field for the second part of that doubleheader. All are welcome to join if you'd wish. Hopefully we can push 2 across today and really start solidifying that position in the Horizon League tournament. We're going to take a break. When we come back, a lot to talk about. Still, it is Free Ball Friday. If you got something you want to talk about, a topic you'd like to discuss or have us discuss, just hashtag Free Ball Friday and what you want us to talk about That and, of course, our G. Burbick Farms, What's Your Beef, What's Your Fillet, all of that and more right after this on the YSN Power Hour.
Your first and last stop with your tax return should be with me, Tracy Bryden at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. No other dealer goes the extra mile to bring you the largest selection of vehicles at one convenient location. With guaranteed credit approval, I will find you the right vehicle and the right financing options for you. I am ready to go the extra mile to show you why no other dealer sells more cars, finances more, and gets you more for your refund than Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Jimmy Sutton here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and 2 of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
And welcome back to the YSN Power Hour. DJ Yoakley and a group of my friends. Oh, Chris Ziegler throwing darts today. Who cares about the Browns? You literally have a Harbaugh lover in the studio.
I hate Harbaugh. The burning passion.
You know you're allowed to change teams. If you don't like them and you don't like their coach, you can just move on.
I've tried. It doesn't work. As much as I say I'm not going to watch the games or become a different fan of another team, it doesn't work. I always get upset when they lose every time.
My goodness. Paige says, I'd like to add that Shohei Ohtani is incredible. That's the next addition to my jersey collection. That's a good topic. What is the next jersey in the jersey collection? We're all jersey guys around here. What's the next one you're adding to your jersey collection?
Tatis.
We're shocked.
Dan? Did you say Kershaw?
No, we're shocked.
Oh. Yeah, we're not shocked. I thought you were going to say Kershaw just to go against it.
It's easily Shane Bieber for me. I love the guy. I love what he does. I think he's dynamic. I want to see him keep producing these numbers, but I really like Shane Bieber.
Can we just talk about something real quick? Paige is super fan for Vlad Jr. and Ohtani, but he likes the Indians.
Sounds like Billy.
I have no issue with this. Like, you're allowed to like other players in the league. You don't have to just be stuck with liking one team and all of its players.
I get it. It's just like, I find it weird that you go all in on, like, listen, I'm all in on the Indians this year, but I really want a Vlad Jr. and an Ohtani jersey. Like, go get a Bieber jersey. Go get a – I couldn't name 2 Indians right now if you told me to.
Nobody could. Don't worry. You're okay.
Okay. I mean, it's one of those things, like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, the Pirates are awesome. I'm all on board for the Pirates. I can't wait to get my Mike Trout jersey. Like, that's weird, right? That's just a little bit weird.
I always had a problem with the people that started, and I kind of blame LeBron going to Miami for this one. They started following players instead of teams, it feels like. And then they were like, oh, I'm just a LeBron James fan, so I'm rooting for the Heat. Then I'm rooting for the Cavs. Now I'm rooting for the Lakers. I don't like those type of fans. Like, I don't know. I think it is weird, though, when you're all in on a team and you're rooting for teams that are playing against you, players. I don't know, like hard rooting for them.
I've never owned a Cleveland Indians jersey.
I have more Indians jerseys than Paige does.
I have more other players like Ken Griffey Jr. and Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter and other players, but not one from the Cleveland Indians ever.
I think I've bought one jersey my entire life.
Who was it?
Sean Springs when he played at Seattle. Don't ask me why.
You're the guy.
He's a Buckeye though. He was a Buckeye.
Yeah, well, like, and I think it's just like I was like 7 or 8, so I was like, well, he's a Buckeye. Like I loved Sean Springs when he was at Ohio State. I thought he was a phenomenal DB at that. So I bought a Seattle Seahawks jersey that had Springs on it. It's only one. It's no rhyme or reason. I mean, I've had jerseys given to me as gifts. Like I have LeBron jerseys and whatnot from when he was at Cleveland that were given to me as gifts, but I've never bought a jersey.
Those Seattle jerseys now, to get off topic, the Rush ones, awesome.
I love them.
The neon ones?
Yes.
I love them.
Awesome. Yeah.
I don't think those would go with your leggings. Those would.
They will absolutely go with my leggings.
So let me ask you this. I mean, who was your first jersey? Because I didn't get my first real jersey until 7th grade, right? Because they were always a little bit pricey. I never got it, but man, when I got it, it was Cordell Stewart in my 7th grade year. I wore the hell out of that thing. Who was your first jersey? And question number 2 is, do you still have it? Matt?
Yeah, mine was a Kenny Lofton jersey back in the mid-'90s. I was a huge Kenny Lofton guy. I loved the way he played the game. Had a bunch of his baseball cards. And my dad got it for me before we went up and sat 3 rows behind the dugout in that 96 season.
Wow. That was one of the authentic ones?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Well, I missed it. Did you say the color?
It was the old red one.
They had a red jersey?
They did have a red jersey. It was an alternate. They only wore it like once or twice that season, but they did have a red alternate.
Yep.
Wow.
They wore the eye for the hat when they did.
Oh, they had the Chief Wahoo vest.
Yep.
That was interesting. All right. Sean Springs is obviously EB's one and only jersey purchase. Was it your first jersey ever?
Yeah, dude, it's probably on like a discount rack too. I mean, who the hell knows? Why the hell would you buy a Sean Springs jersey when you're in Ohio and it's for a Seattle team?
Value City had the best, like, just randomized jerseys that you just go in the rack and you pull it out. They might be 3X, but you're rocking it.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's Sean Springs. A couple of people gave me LeBron. I had like an old school, like, hand-me-down Dallas Cowboys jerseys, but like I've never bought an actual jersey. It's weird to me because, like, especially now, because these guys switch teams or flip teams so much. Like, well, why would you buy someone else's name who's probably going to be somewhere else? Now, if it was like autographed or something like that, then I would totally be all on board. But I'm not a big, like, I don't buy a lot of memorabilia of teams that I like.
See, I love memorabilia. I love it. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Ty, what was your first jersey?
I mean, for me, it didn't actually come till later because that's when I was working. So I bought my own first jersey, obviously, and it was Corey Kluber. I was a huge Kluber fan, and I think it was right after he won his first Cy Young in 2014. I think I was a freshman in high school or whatever at the time, freshman, sophomore, something like that. So I think, yeah, it was right around that time I bought a Corey Kluber jersey. And yeah, I still have it in there. And he was when I really started getting into baseball and became a super fan of the Indians was right around that time. And Corey Kluber started becoming the face of the franchise right after Justin Lawson was leaving. So
I'm going to see if Sarah will go downstairs and take a picture of my jersey closet, and I can display the sickness that I have for jerseys. She might do that. I know she's working, but she's probably
going to look at it and be like, our house could have been paid off a lot sooner if we didn't have this damn closet.
Mac, what was your first jersey?
As far as I can remember, my first jersey was the All-Star jersey for Ken Griffey Jr.'s when they had the red ones with the cutoffs. That was my first, and I think I was 12. And we happened to be in Cooperstown playing in the Cooperstown tournament, and we ran into a store, and I was able to get my hands on one.
Quinn?
That's really cool.
That is actually pretty cool. I got it for Christmas. I got 2 of them. It was Tim Couch and LeBron.
What year was that?
02.
I don't have any LeBron jerseys
It was
anymore.
a LeBron St. V's one because my dad worked in Akron at the time. So I got one of those.
That's
Gold
pretty
or green?
Gold. Gold with green lettering and all that stuff.
You still have it?
Somewhere in my closet, yeah.
Those would have been the Adidas ones.
And then Tim Couch.
That's really cool to own a St. V's LeBron jersey. That's pretty cool.
It's so weird that I just don't have
It could be
any
the
of my
fakest
LeBron
thing in
jerseys
the world.
anymore.
I have no idea. I gotta
I
find
don't know where mine went either, Mac.
So we're in the same boat.
For about $25, you can probably get a LeBron James, whatever you want. Just a thought. She just sent me that picture. Uh-oh, I lost you. Alec, first jersey?
The first jersey I got as a hand-me-down from my dad because he outgrew it. It was a Kevin Green jersey that he bought at it was a San Diego Chargers Pittsburgh Steelers playoff game. He bought it like at the game. The Chargers won, so he left sad, but
I
he
remember that.
he got it there, and it was the jersey's older than I am, so it's pretty cool. Like
1994.
I think so, yeah. I was going to say it was 92, 94, something like that.
That
I
was
thought
an
maybe you were going to
story.
say, like, oh, I got a Tim Biakabatuka jersey. That's awesome.
I like how he threw in there. He left sad.
He did. I remember watching that game. It was in Three Rivers Stadium. I remember watching it on TV. We were actually at a function for my dad, and it was a close game. And I think Natron Means was the guy that danced across the end zone, and that was the end of the regular season
From way back.
All
Yeah,
right,
and-
you guys ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I look at that, and like, part of me's proud, but part of me's like absolutely sickened with
Why do you have a Bills jersey?
Josh Allen.
Is Ron getting to you?
No.
Next John Elway.
So yeah, it's next John Elway. Also the next Aaron Rodgers. So I've got all kinds of jerseys. I got a McCaffrey jersey in there. I've got, for some reason, when I ordered an Aaron Rodgers jersey, it was not an Aaron Rodgers jersey. It was a Corey Linsley jersey, which would not do anything for me now because he plays for the Chargers. It came absolutely blank. Like, no numbers, no anything, just a blank Packers jersey. So there you go.
Had to put on your own numbers, like it gave you the little.
They didn't even send me a kit to put on my own numbers. There was no numbers at all. The guy said, "Oh yeah, me sorry. Just give me order another jersey." And I was like, "No, I'm not ordering another jersey." Obviously, they didn't understand what I was talking about. There's a language barrier there. Let's go to see, now we're bringing up bad memories. That day was awful. Sigler remembers it. I had an autographed Joe Hayden jersey. Got rid of it. Why? Like, why? Why would you ever get rid of an autographed jersey, especially if they did it for you personally? That is 100% a hardball jersey, by the way. Yes, it is. Good eyes. That is a G-Baby jersey. He broke my heart. You're the guy that talks trash on Joe Hayden on here, are you not? Every time they play the Steelers?
That's why.
Yeah.
I like Joe Hayden. So
He's hurt that much. All I ever heard about from Browns fans when we got Joe Hayden was, "Oh, thank God we got rid of him." Oh my gosh,
hated it. I love Joe Hayden.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Super. Listen, that and they got nothing for him. They traded him into it. It was just it was the worst part. It was just terrible to see him go to Pittsburgh.
It was beautiful. It was an awesome thing. Steelers signed a New York Jet today, which did not excite me at all. I don't like when we sign Jets. Doesn't do anything for anybody. But what we got? He's an awesome guy. Met him, talked to him on multiple occasions. Good deal. I love.
Oh yeah, we're buddies. Me and Joe Hayden are buddies too.
You and Joe Hayden are buddies?
Yeah, if Michael Page knows him and talked to him. I got his phone right here. I got his number right here.
Call him up. Put it on speakerphone.
Hey, yo, what up, Joe? What's good?
That didn't even ring.
Yeah. You hate Michael Page too? It's all good. All right, I'll talk to you later.
I hung up on Joe Hayden. All right, let's get down to business. We got a bunch of guys on the show today that should take us up through the end of the show for our G Burby Farms. What's your beef? What's your fillet? And boys, it's headed to the weekend. Let's get right down to the nitty gritty. Brought to you by our friends at G Burby Farms on New Buffalo Road in Columbiana, the home of Eric Bailey. Not actually the home of, but the town of Eric Bailey. And you can also visit them on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Let's go, Alec. What's your beef? What's your fillet?
I got a beef, and I don't know who to blame this beef on, but of course I've been accepted into YSU, and they told me that I was going to be getting an orientation packet in the mail, and it's supposed to arrive within 3 to 5 business days. This is about a week and a half ago, and I still have yet to receive this. And I'm getting emails and text messages saying, "Oh, you better sign up for orientation quick. The spots are filling up." And meanwhile, I don't have any of my login info or any of that because it's all in the packet. So I got to give them a call to see what's going on about that. So that's my beef for the day.
I got a beef real quick. What the hell does your shirt say?
Just noticed that.
Blue coats. They're a marching band.
Dude, get the hell off the show.
Booting.
Done.
They're a marching band.
Well, march your ass out.
I just noticed that.
I can't believe you wore that shirt. Oh boy. All right, we got some talking to do after the show. Quinn, what's your beef?
Don't mute me.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. My fillet's with the guy that's golfing straight ahead of me. He stinks, so he makes me look better. That's all.
That's a beef or that's a fillet?
A fillet. That's a straight fillet. He's gonna make me look good.
Oh my god.
Are you guys actually doing it?
Yeah.
All right, you're actually gonna golf?
Yeah. I'm gonna whoop his ass.
All right, Mac, what do you got?
My beef today is, for whatever reason, every time we're going to do Edison, it just rains. So like, figure it out whether like maybe we're just a curse for Edison. Every time Edison's going to get on the network, boom, Mother Nature happens and it rains. Terrible.
Do you want to address this?
Miguel, relax. Just chill.
Ty, what's your beef? What's your fillet?
Oh, easily a fillet for me today, and it's the Cleveland Indians over this past 4-game series. A nice sweep of the Royals, and another little mini fillet. Hartwig, where you been on Facebook? I haven't seen many posts. You haven't really talked to me anymore. I don't know what's going on with that, Anthony. Hit my line sometime.
He actually is working, Ty, so we're gonna leave Anthony alone.
Hit my line whenever you're done working. Then.
EB, what do you got?
Got a beef, and it's nothing really serious. It's that I didn't get to experience all these different kinds of pizzas for lunch. Like, we had triangle pizza, we had fiesta pizza or whatever. There's like sausage gravy pizza. Like, I feel like I missed out on a part of my childhood not knowing about these different types of pizza.
You and me both, brother. It's just that era. Matt,
I got a beef, and it's a big one today. It's the cost of lumber. Oh my God. I went to Home Depot to run a little errand for my dad last night, pick up some wood for a little project that he's working on. I got 3 sheets of OSB half-inch board and 12 2x4s, and it cost $279.
I'm just thinking you can start selling your house for parts.
Right? Yeah, like, don't worry about crackheads busting in to steal your copper pipes anymore. Worry about them stealing in or breaking in to steal the studs out of your walls.
Imagine if you had a wooden leg. You're not safe.
No.
You're not safe anywhere. Mine is it's a bummer because we continue to have limited games here. You know, we get rolling, we get that momentum here at YSN, and then Mother Nature starts playing games with us. But I did see, and I'll have to check it out. It might have to be next week. But I did see that, what was it, the first? Actually, I'm going to look it up right now, so bear with me. It is the first collegiate golfer makes history as a young lady is the first person with Down syndrome to ever compete for a college title in golf. And that made my day. I think that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. You know how we feel about naturally people with special needs and disabilities. We think that they're just as talented, if not more so sometimes than people that are not. So I can't wait to see how this turns out this weekend. Love it. I think it's one of the best stories in all of sports right now, and it's getting brushed right under the rug because of all the garbage that the news wants you to see. So a couple beefs before. There's Scotty Mincher. My beef is Billy Mack. Baker will play like a top 5 quarterback this year, and then you're going to have to eat a big shit burger. There's Scotty right out of the gates. And Paige saying, tell him Scotty, and then fillet Scotty from the top rope. Even when he's not with us, he's with us. Scotty Mincher dropping that elbow from the top rope. Before we leave, gentlemen, I do want to once again invite everybody out tomorrow to the Peyton Strong benefit. And it's an auction, a live auction, tomorrow, Saturday, May 8th. At Bedford Trails Golf Course. That's in Coatesville, for those of you who didn't know. Look at all those auction items out for the autographed items, sports items, and additional items as well. I mean, you look at that, there's half a pig up for grabs with a 4-piece griddle set. Birdfish Brewery. I'm basically speaking EB's language right now with all this stuff. Home Depot Car Wash, gift bucket, saw that one. But look at the autographed items. We talked about jerseys today. There's TJ Watt Game Worn shoes, Roethlisberger jersey, Fitzgerald jersey, personalized Ray Lewis football, Peyton Manning football, Devontae Adams jersey, Phillip Rivers. We can live without that one. Saquon Barkley helmet, Jay Gensel jersey and basket, Brian Reynolds bat, Baker Mayfield football, apropos for today's show, Darius Leonard jersey, Julian Edelman football, DJ Shark football, Dalton Rasta Bellator fight used MMA gloves, and one of the other ones that is not on this list is actually a Pat Mahomes autographed helmet, which they'll be auctioning off as well. So join us tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of us out there. Jeff Bezos is going to be one of the bouncers at the actual live auction site. So we're excited to have Jeff out there. Steve and I will be controlling the auction. Steve will be emceeing the entire event. So make sure you get out there and shake hands with the GM of YSN. All are invited. All are welcome. Come out and support this young lady, Peyton, 17-year-old, and she's fighting for her life and her family. Are doing everything they can to make her battle a little bit easier, and we'd love for you to be a part of that as well. So we're here for you, Peyton, and we're gonna golf for you tomorrow, and obviously we're gonna sell some stuff and rattle some stuff off for you. So everybody get out there tomorrow for this. It's a great opportunity, and one more thing, there's just a picture of it, so check that stuff out. Very, very cool. And you can check it all out tomorrow at Bedford Trails Golf Course, right? Did I get that right?
Before you wave the flag, one more thing.
Sure.
Just want to wish a happy Mother's Day weekend to all the moms out there.
Great call.
Couldn't do things without you, obviously, and all the moms that are involved in sports with their kids. Just a huge tip of the hat to you, and enjoy your weekend.
Also, I have a new respect, by the way, for any T-ball coach that has ever existed. I've made a terrible choice. I've made a terrible, terrible mistake. But in honor of all the moms out there, this flag, we salute you as you head into your weekend. God bless. We'll see you on Monday right here on the YSN Power Hour.